So this is my crown jewel review, and have to say, after probably the Rumble, probably Evolution, this was the WWE pay-per-view PLE of the year. Like every match delivered the way that it was supposed to. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed was a fun street fight, and it it was what it was supposed to be. It had a shocking result that Bronson Reed became like the third person after Baron Corbin, Cody Rhodes to pin Roman Reigns. I don't know, in 6 years. Since 2019, only three people have pinned uh, Roman Reigns: Baron Corbin, Cody Rhodes, and Bronson Reed. I just hope that this leads to a push, and the perfect thing is have him become the tag team champions with Bronson Reed. You're anyways doing nothing with the Raw tag team championships. Please, if you had Bronson Reed win against Roman Reigns, especially when Bronson is like the fall guy of the vision, because Bronson Reed is clearly the next guy. Like, you have the momentum, give him something. The bloodline story is again heating up. Like, Jade tried to help Roman, but he accidentally speared Roman Reigns. And Roman, after the match, was like, I don't want to see your faces till like war games or something, or maybe December. Like he did not want the Usos to come out because he wanted to prove a point that he can do it without them. Because his whole world championship reign was essentially every match interference and he wins. That's what he wanted to do, which didn't happen. So it adds another wrinkle, and you could see Jimmy being like, not this shit again. Like he knows, like we, they have gone through this. This will lead to something bad, and I think probably this will lead to something happening during the War Games match where I can see probably Jey Uso turning heel on Roman Reigns. Maybe he joins up with the Vision, or maybe he doesn't. But that way, the Vision can win the War Games match. Then, Tiffany versus Stephanie Vaquer was a good little sprint. It was what it was supposed to be, and Stephanie won. And you can just see like her rookie year. In like 1 year, she became a double champion in NXT, where she wasn't supposed to. Like they clearly earmarked Julia to be the breakout, but Stephanie got so popular that she became both North American and Women's champion. She lost the title in a surprising way because they called her up. She straight away qualified into the women's Money in the Bank. She did have some off weeks where, maybe she was injured or anything, but she quickly won the women's championship at WrestlePalooza on the first ESPN PLE against like one of the greatest women's wrestlers in the world, Io Sky, and now she's the crown jewel champion. And she defeated Tiffany Stratton, who has been champion for more than 250 days. Like, when was the last time Tiffany Stratton lost a match? And she has kind of had the same story as Stephanie, though she was a rookie. Tiffany was a rookie, but she also like won her first women's championship in like a year or something in NXT, and another year on the main roster. And you had the John Cena versus AJ Styles match, which was just spectacular. Like John Cena giving the sister Abigail, AJ coming out in those TNA shots, like him building this up as it's a TNA versus WWE thing. John Cena giving a special note to Alicia Taylor, like he is total Mr. Total non-stop action. Like he was the undisputed leader of the Bullet Club. Like the emotions that the match had, and they just going from one gear to another. John Cena hitting the, what was it, the sunset flip power bomb and everything. Like they have never had a bad match, and they have had four matches, and this was their fourth match after like how many years? Like, I think their last match happened in 2020, 2019, I think, or 2020, I don't remember. So it's after 5 6 years and they still hit it, and just incredible. And John Cena won his last international appearance, and we are just closer to the end. Though I do like the concept that they're planning, which is essentially that they're going to have a tournament which will decide who will face John Cena in his last match at Saturday night's main event in New York, I think. And if Gunther wins that, he has history of winning tournaments. And this is a nice way because you don't have that many dates left of John Cena anyway, so that he can't be on TV. So it's better to build his last match where he can't be on TV through a tournament related to his last match, which is also, I think, good. And you had, maybe I'm, yeah, the Io Sky and Rhea versus Kabuki Warriors match was great too. The chemistry between Rhea and Io Sky, Kairi Sane probably looking the best she has in the ring in a long time. Asuka also, I'm glad that she does not look like that she has slowed down. And the ending was awesome too, that Kairi essentially sacrificed herself to save Asuka. But you know, the way that their abusive relationship is going, Asuka will probably slap Kairi Sane on Raw again. I do want to see where they go from here, because this kind of, the feud can still continue because it kind of warrants it, because you can still have singles feuds. But I hope that whatever this feud is, the Rio versus Kabuki Warriors feud, I hope that it gets, the world championship with Stephanie gets involved in this, because otherwise, what can Stephanie do? Either you have Bailey and Lyra getting involved in the women's world heavyweight championship picture, but I feel like Bailey and Lyra are probably gonna go after the tag titles. I don't see that happening right now. So I hope that all the Rio Kabuki Warrior stuff, I hope this stuff gets added into the Women's World Heavyweight Championship picture. So that's also good. And going to the main event, Rollins versus Cody. One thing that WWE has really struggled with is they do not allow their wrestlers to really wrestle the way that they can, because you know they have their particular style. But you can see, even on occasions where they can, the matches are so heavily produced that you're not able to. I think with this PLE, Triple H like gave a free reign to all the people because they got a C grade on ESPN. The pay per view was not well received, so they were like, we need to hit like an A plus or at least a B here, and I can see this is probably an A plus. Like, Rollins and Cody saw that incredible John Cena AJ Styles match where John Cena gave that beautiful tribute to Bray Wyatt, and it was very emotional. Just as when he had him in the Sister Abigail, people like pulled out their phones and everything. That you could see Rollins there, because I know he must have heard the criticism regarding the vision, regarding how he does not deserve to be the top guy. Of course, it has kayfabe elements, but whenever you have a story where there is kayfabe and real life, the person who is in that feud also, like, in his performances or her performances, they combine the kayfabe and real emotions, and they really like tell a great story in the ring. We have seen that always, and that's what we saw. Like, Rollins had that gear where that gear consisted of all his matches with Cody, and this Rollins Cody just showed out. Like, they were like, John Cena and AJ Styles, we're gonna top you there. And this show is essentially, if you see, this show does not matter as such, because this championship means nothing. It's just that Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes has been booked in such a good way that it's their histories combined. It's the story of Seth always being like, I should have been the top guy. Cody is like, I am the top guy. Their history, like how Seth Rollins has changed. Paul Heyman telling the vision before the match, do not interfere if he calls you. And just various storylines from years ago and from now getting involved in this crown jewel, and that crown jewel championship being like, if I win this, I am the top guy now. And that's what you saw. Rollins went all out. He hit a coast to coast headbutt. For God's sake, Cody hit a fucking like Spanish fly into a manhandle slam. I think the only thing I would say I liked that avalanche Cody Rhodes, Crossroads. I just didn't like the way that. First of all, you shouldn't have so much kickouts on Crossroads, especially an avalanche one. But even if you had that, that kick out should have been much stronger. It was like, I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to be like Seth Rollins with his last amount of stamina data, but it kind of looked like, did the kick out even happen or not? Even the crowd was kind of confused with that. But even apart from that, you had no interference. Cody still lost by, unfair means. Like Seth Rollins used the Rolex watch, which had a big part in the story between their match, between their leading up to their match, and Rollins won with the cup stomp. And you could see the way he was celebrating. Triple H giving his adopted son the title. He was like, finally, you have defeated Cody. How do you feel? You don't even know how I feel and everything. And this was a slam dunk. You just need to let the wrestlers wrestle to their full abilities on the occasions where they should be able to do it. It's so simple. And I hope the way that SmackDown and Raw went this week, hope they rejig their creative teams, hope now Triple H does not sit back and now focuses on the show, because people don't mind TKO money bullshit, these ads bullshit, if you have compelling shows. Even this show had many ads. The Raw and SmackDown had many ads. Nobody cares if the shows are great. NXT has that fucking Maybelline logo on the ring. You have Blake Monroe promoting it in every match where she is involved. But if the shows are good, nobody gives a shit. Except for some AEW scumbags. But that's what you should do. So this is a 5 out of 5 show for me. What did you think about the show? What did you think about the review? Tell me in the comment section. If you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description, so go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is shareboy@OKICICI. So go donate any amount of money which you can, which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you, goodbye, Aluta.